HackVerse team, what is the time and like when are we going to start and what is the end time?
So we'll be starting now.
And when is the end time?
So it'll go on till 8.
8. So I may drop out in the middle also because I need to attend to few things. So yeah. But you have already wasted like half an hour. Like you started said 5, then 5:15. Now it's about to be 5:30.
Yes, I'm very sorry for the delays. We're still waiting for a few judges. We'll start now. Hello and good evening to everyone. Welcome back to HackVerse 3.0. I'm Sanjana, your host for this evening. I hope all of you had a wonderful time innovating. After successfully completing 24 hours of intense hacking, I'm sure every one of you is eager to know who the top 10 teams are. Without further ado, let's start the live chat segment. With 24 hours of hacking, 175 plus participants, and over 80% submission rate, 4 hours of intense judging, now we have our top 10 teams for the final evaluation, which is a live judging. I would like to begin the live session by introducing the judges. The first judge for the evening is Mr. Ashish Banerjee, a technology evangelist at QZip Dubbing, a blockchain company. He used to be a part of Oracle India, Sun Microsystems, and Headstrong. He has published a book on C-hash web services. Mr. Banerjee has also received the Top Performer Award and a Certificate of Achievement from Oracle India for his contribution to the Oracle Fusion Middleware Asia Pacific business. Next, we have Mr. Suresh Reddy, Senior Vice President at Wells Fargo India and Philippines, with over 11 years of experience. He finished his Master's in Computer Applications from JNTU Anantapur. His patented works include digital currency, cash current, tactile binary coded communication, mobile wallet for device support operations. Next, we have Mr. Salman Shah, currently working as SDA1 at Microsoft. He graduated from NITK in the year 2019 with a bachelor's degree in information technology, after which he went to work on for Myntra as software developer. During his time at NITK, Mr. Shah was part of various student activity clubs and was one of the founding members of IRIS NITK. He still actively engages with the students at NITK. Next, we have Mr. Rahul Verma, backend software engineer 2 at Poo. Mr. Verma has had a demonstrated career working at companies such as MoEngage and SAP Labs India. Mr. Verma has also made significant contributions to open source development as a part of Mozilla. He graduated from JP University of Engineering and Technology with a degree in computer science. Next, we have Ms. Anjali Sheel, currently software engineer 2 at Microsoft. She received her master's degree from Delhi College of Engineering in computer software engineering. Ms. Sheel used to be a part of Siemens Healthineers, where she worked with several technologies, including CHash, Entity Framework, and LinkQ. She specializes in agile and structured test-driven software development using CHash. She's also an educator at Unacademy. Before we start off with the final evaluation, which is the live judging of the top 10 teams, I would like to summarize the time structure for each presentation, which includes 8 minutes for presentation and 5 minutes for question answers by the judges, and also a 2-minute buffer, which is a total of 15 minutes per team. I would request all the teams to please adhere to this time frame. Now, let's begin with the first team, Team Water Saviors. Over to you now.
Good evening, judges.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey, folks.
So, Harshika, you can now just start.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Harshika Vats. We have made a project, Resource Ranger. So it is basically a smart water management system. The problem which we are dealing with is overflowing water tanks. We can see that be it a rural area or urban area, we can see that there is a huge amount of water wastage due to overflowing water tanks. And around 1 trillion liters of water is wasted annually, out of which 2.5% is alone due to overflowing water tanks. There are two solutions as of now present, which are water flow sensor, water flow alarm sensor, and the floating wall valve. But they are not proving to be efficient. So we decided to make a project which will help to tackle this problem. So our project is basically a combination of three different components. The first one is robotics, which is a node MCU based robot. The second one is machine learning, and we have used ID3 algorithm to predict the place according to the machine learning model. And the third one is the cloud computing, so that a user can control the water tank from anywhere in the world with just a mere click. Now Vishal will tell further.
So, hello, judges. So, talking about the hardware components, we have used these components with a static part, which is governed by Arduino, and the mobile part in the project is Node MCU, which is basically the robot which will be deployed. So now let's have a look. These are the software and online services we used for the project. Bolt is the cloud service provider in our case, being the IoT device which we have used. And so basically what our project basically delivers to the user. So our project will deliver ample number of ways in order to enable the user to control the robot, to control the project basically. First of all, the option is through the Node MCU based robot. Either the user can also use voice command. Dedicated website is also an option in order to control the project. Also, the Bolt's cloud dashboard will be provided to every user so that he or she can have a track of when and how the motor was turned on and off. Also, the data CSV file can also be downloaded. So, looking at the proposed solution, so now have a look at the proposed solution. So basically, this is the hardware setup, or we can say that we have implemented a project in such a way that it can be used by the whole community. It is not like that the end user will only be getting benefit. The entire community will be using this project. So basically, first comes the dam facility, which is the main point of storage for water. Then it will be transferred to the water tower there through a solenoid valve. After filling up of the water to the brim, the solenoid valve will be turned off, and the DC motor will be, which is stationed at the bottom, will be pumping the water to the user's water tank. The water flow sensor will be providing the flow rate of the water, and accordingly the time to fill for the tank will be calculated, and accordingly the robot will be deployed in order to tell the user. So now let's have a look at the final working of the video, which shows how the project works. So I have to say that these three lines are for the three different places of the room. So this robot will follow that line accordingly to the machine learning output. So if machine learning say that the user must be in bedroom, so the robot will follow this red line and accordingly will reach to the user. Then the user can interact with the robot to turn the water motor off. So now let's see what's happening at the back end. Now the water is being pumped to the user's water tank. And judges, this is the Python script which is running at the background. So that is responsible for uploading the Google Sheets, and also regular WhatsApp updates will be provided to the user. So here you can see all the stuff.
The water motor has been turned on.
So help me understand, what does the robot do actually? So the water meter, like the pump is being turned off as a smart switch, or it's mechanically be turned off?
Yes, sir. The CSP which I was talking about was the Bolt module. So Bolt module is attached with the last motor which was in the water tower.
So what does this moving robot does?
Sir, the previous flaws in all the projects were that they were passive and they were stationed at a place. But what the robot will do, that it will reach to the user and will tell the user through an alarm that the water tank is about to be filled. So you can just tap on a capacitive touch sensor, which is installed at the on the back of side of on the back of robot. So the user can just interact with the robot in order
So
to
why
turn
it
the
will
water.
not automatically switch off once the water is full?
So basically, so as a point of security or as a point of confirmation, at the very last end, the water meter will be turned off automatically if the user does not interact, does not respond in time. But sir, in order to provide more interaction points for the user, we have made the 4 custom options which I was talking about. So in this video, you will see that the robot will be accordingly use the IDC algorithm or output of the machine learning algorithm, and will reach to that place where the user must be. And accordingly, the user can just interact with this robot.
Okay, so if
But
the user does not interact, it will auto switch off, right?
yes, sir. As a security point, last thing will be this, that automatically it will turn off. So
Okay,
also you
thank
can
you.
see that
Thank you. Thank you.
WhatsApp updates are regularly being sent. So it is saying that there are 3 ways to interact with the project. So accordingly, user can choose any of these also, sir. So let's see what the robot is doing. So let me just forward this video.
Robot will be deployed for the destination.
So you can see that according to the output of the machine learning algorithm, this place has been added to the sheet. Now the robot will fetch this value and will be deployed.
Completing the dataset and then predict the
So this is the power quality. This is the IDC LGD.
Hey,
Also,
Vishal.
sir, yes, sir.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead. I'll ask a couple of questions and then.
Okay. So as I told, the node MC was one of the way to interact. So also voice command. So I've integrated the voice command functionality through the Python code. So say I'm near the physical setup, I can just say that please switch off the motor. As soon as the Python script detects off in my phrase, in the user's phrase, the water motor will be turned on. So this gets to the 2 ways of interaction. And third one is this Wheels for Water hosted website. So any user can go to it, and he or she has to choose which IoT device he has to control. Say I have to control this one, so I will click on proceed. So sir, this is the button which will be of interest for the user. So switch it off button is for that. And also sir, if the user is having an valid API key, so it will be running the API request and the remote water will be turned off. Also sir, these are the different things which we have used in the project. And so sir, this is the CSP dashboard. So basically it will tell that at which amount of time the water was turned on and off. Also, I can download the data.csv file from this download button. Also, sir, the major function of this website is also the schedule section. So basically say I am the user, the robot is at my home, but for the next 2 days, I will not be at home. So I don't want to waste energy. So I don't want the robot to be deployed. So I say for 1 day, please switch off the robot. I don't want the functionality of robot. So it will upload this. And also it says that on 28th February, it will be resumed again. So up till that point, the robot will not be deployed. I will be only using the WhatsApp notification and other stuff. So that's take to the third point of interaction. And at the last, API is the last.
Guys, 1 minute. Yeah, your time is almost up. Please wrap it up soon.
Yes. So judges, that's our project, and our project something is unique. And also this is the machine learning output which I was telling about. So according to the point of differentiation, the place attribute will be found by the robot. So sir, that's all from my end.
Yeah, good work, man. I have a couple of questions. One is like to detect basically when the tank is full, you're using the sensor. But what I'm not getting is where is this machine learning thing coming in? Like,
okay, yes, sir. So sir, basically.
Yep, go ahead.
So we have used NodeMCU for controlling the robot. So basically, robot has not a brain. So in order to sort of give it the decision making power, we have to use a machine learning algorithm, because it has to predict the value according to the data attributes which will be provided through the Python script.
And the value we are trying to predict is where I will be at the current time.
Yes, sir, where the user must be. So basically, its accuracy is 85%. So out of 10 cases, it will reach to the user correctly for 8 times, which is the highest in the machine learning paradigm. So as of now, it's the highest which machine learning can accurately guess. So
And
that's why
let's say I'm offline. What are the ways to switch it off? I can go in and physically turn it off, and I can touch the
yes,
robot.
sir. Physically turn it off through the robot. Also, the website's switch it off button is also there. So
But I am not connected to the internet. I am
okay,
offline.
sir. Sir, the robot will be always deployed in the home, and also the physical knob for that is always present at the user's home.
And last question: how much cost is it like to develop
So
all this stuff?
basically, yes,
Or
sir.
total cost?
Total cost for the personal setting, it is around 22,000 to 2,500 for the personal setting. If I am talking about the community setting, then it will go to sir 5 to 10,000 according to the diameter it is covering. So basically, I am covering 100 houses, so it will vary accordingly. So max is 20 to 25,000 for the community setting.
And for single home?
So for single home is 2,000 to 2,500 according to the need of user. Say I don't want to opt for the robot, so I will cut it to just 2,000. And if I need the robot, so it will go around 2,500.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Got it. And this cloud stuff, you are analyzing stuff and showing the user and all that, it is hosted somewhere?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For website, I've used Hostinger, and for sir integrate for the CRUD operations, basically for the Google Sheets, I've used Integromat as the webhook configuration.
Okay, that's it. I'm done.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Judges, do you have any other questions?
So what is the machine learning algorithm you have used? Is it a simple decision tree?
ID3 is a decision tree making decision tree algo.
Got it. Thanks.
Yes, sir. So that's the output for the same. I uploaded the same on the dev fully. So here it is. So this is the point of differentiation for the output. So basically, a place will be calculated every time.
So basically, let's say you come and you install this in my home, and I
Yes,
want,
sir.
let's say, one more place added to it. You need to come back and again place that strip and program the robot again.
So yes, accordingly to the user's home dimensions, the program has to be differentially.
No. So let's say first time you came, I said balcony and terrace. But
Okay, sir.
let's say 1 week down, I said, let's say basement as well. So you'll need to come again and place that strip where the robot can walk. And you need to program it again.
Yes, sir. There is also another option. As for the demonstration purpose, I have shown that the robot has to follow 3 lines. But sir, in order to simplify simplification, also I can just hardcode the dimensions according to the user's need. Say the user say I will get the dimensions ahead, and I will hardcode the directions which has to be followed by the user. So then also it will sort of be simplified a bit.
Okay.
In my view, the robot is overkill. Otherwise, the project is good. So if you just subtract the robot out of the equation, then
Yes, sir.
it would be quite very good actually.
So yes, sir. I also want to share one thing, sir. Basically, you can also search yourself. So all the articles or blogs or any other stuff, you can see that the robot is majorly controlled by Arduino. But in our case, we have used Node MCU, sir. Nobody, as of now, as of date, I have not seen anyone using Node MCU to control a robot. So basically, that was also very
That
challenging.
should be in a separate project. Why are you mixing stuff up? Like keep it simplified as a design, but that's a comment. Nothing more to it. You need not answer it, but just keep in mind.
Sure, sir.
And like, what is, now you mentioned it, what is the difference between like controlling it with Node MCU versus your Arduino?
Yes, sir, because in Arduino, you have seen that there are 6 analog pins, A0 to A5. So basically, I can give 6 analog inputs to the Arduino. But in Node MCU, there is only one A0 pin, where is a single analog pin. But for controlling the robot, I have to control the left and right motor of the robot. So I have to send two analog signals simultaneously to the microprocessor. But sir, there is only one single pin, so I can just only control one leg or one wheel of the robot. But
Vishal, I lost you there. I'm not a hardcore easy guy.
Okay.
So what I meant is just is like, are there any benefits you were getting with Node MCU over Arduino?
So basically,
So just to clarify, there are different chips. Like one is that Chinese chip MCU 8266, where he has used the Node MCU, and Arduino is Atmel processor. So these are the two different. Both are 8 bits actually.
Yes, sir.
So, okay. Let's. That's all I have. Let's move on.
If there are no other questions, we can move on to the next team. Thank you for your presentation, Team Water Serious. Now, we move on to the next team, that is Team Mint Money. Over to you now.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. So, hi everyone, this is Dwaipan Munshi. I'm part of Team Mint Money. Due to some emergency, my other team members couldn't join today, so I'll be the one presenting. So, yeah, so my project name is Muse Docs, and let's go through like why we actually thought about building this project. So when we came across the tracks of HackVerse, there was this track known as Cosmic Express. So we had this idea of building something where we could help people express themselves in a better way. So we thought of combining two aspects. One is music and the other one is writing. So I have a lot of friends who are very much into writing and stuff. And expressive writing, there are various researchers which say that it helps in reducing depressive symptoms. And music, as all of you must be knowing, music also helps soothe people's mind. And sometimes music can also be an escape from reality. And on top of that, we also know that when I come to the use case, I'll be explaining the other 2 points of why we chose this project. Now, coming to what the project is actually about. So it's a document store, or you can say it's like Google Docs or something, where a person can actually write any kind of things, like can dump their thoughts or their feelings, the stories, or anything in like whatever they feel like writing about. So when the user is writing something, we have made a system where a unique melody is generated or a music note is generated from the application. And this is done through something known as variational autoencoders. We're using a library called Music EA for that. And this melody that's generated, it's coming from the sentiment of what the user is writing. You can say the sentiment score isn't that robust as enough because we are using a very simple library. It scores the sentiment between -1 to 1. So based on that, we play a melody. And we have also allowed the user to share whatever document they are writing. It as a unique URL is generated. Based on that, they can share it along. And we have also added the playback feature. Like once you write out a whole document, you can actually end up playing it back, where you can hear whatever unique melody you have generated. Moving on to the architecture, it's a very simple architecture. What we did, yeah. So in this, as you can see over here, I don't know if you can see my pointer. The user is authenticated inside the application through simple next auth authentication. So we had this simple melody generator over here where we took 2 music notes. One was a happy note and the other was a sad note, and we converted into an MIDI format and use this library to interpolate all the possible melodies between that. So that's what the library was doing for us. So we had the melodies, and then we had a separate library where we used the API callback to actually listen to what the user is typing. And for every few set of characters, we are checking the sentiment, and we get a melody from our generated melodies. And this is later, the key presses are stored into Firebase, and we create a unique URL. We couldn't demonstrate the URL feature because due to the time shortage, we couldn't deploy it somewhere. So, but the URL feature works within the localhost part. And the tech stack that we used, you can see it's normal Firestore. We used mostly browser-based libraries, Tone.js, Next.js for the server-side rendering framework. We use Vader Sentiment it's a JavaScript port for the Vader library for sentiment. And Music VA is like, you can say it's the heart for generating the melodies. And Tailwind CSS for basic designing and UI part. And if I come to what are the future prospects, like we had a document where we were thinking what all things we can do. So there are a lot of things that we missed out on. One of this is we can convert this thing into a community where users who upload the documents or they feel that they have generated something very beautiful, they can share it with people, and there can be a whole community of posts of that. And we can also add a profile for users. Every user would have their own profile. Different factors can be integrated into that. And we could also make the sentiment detection a little more robust. Like as of now, we are just having a duality in our sentiment. We already think that it's either good or either it's happy or a sad sentiment. That's how we have mapped the logic. And as of now, we have given only two notes, and those are piano notes. We can integrate more such instruments in our playback feature, like guitars, violins, or something. And then there is timbre transfer. It's a very interesting concept coming up, and I think this is used in form of they use it with the DDSP, so we can also do that. But this is a more complex thing. But the above four things that we are thinking about that could be implemented. And other than that, in why this project, as you know about the use case now, uh, the this project could like this application could help users who are not into the field of music can have creative ideas, like while writing something they can generate something creative or something like that. So I can move on to a short demo. Do I have time?
You have 2.5 minutes left.
Okay, all right. I'll share my screen and I'll get to the demo part.
So you did that in 24 hours, or you had something ready earlier?
This was the most difficult thing that we were stuck in was persisting the keys. So that part we took a lot of time. Other than that, I had friends who, like my teammates, they helped in developing the UI part and all. We did that part, and yeah, we built this right from I think yesterday 12 p.m. or something.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. So I'll show you it's the scratch pad. So the scratch pad is we thought of we'll keep different templates. So as of now we could only implement scratch pad. We thought we'll keep different templates for diaries and stuff, but we couldn't do that. So here's this scratch pad. Let's just see. This is me typing. Can you guys hear ambient sound being played? If someone
Yeah, all good.
No, can you guys hear the tab sound? Anything coming from the tab?
No.
Okay, I'll share my tab once. Yes, unique. Can you guys hear something now? Let me know if you guys can hear something. Can you guys hear? Is anyone able to hear something? I was typing, there was a piano note being played. I don't think the computer audio is going through.
Yeah. So it's not coming here. I think I looked at your video. Probably
Yeah.
if you can show the recorded video, that would be better instead of wasting time now.
Okay, I should. I don't know why the audio is not being shared. Just a second. Can you hear it now? Show the video then.
Yeah.
Sorry. This.
As Mr. Reddy said, show the video.
Yeah. I'll do that.
He has already seen the video, so he knows.
How do I add a video over here? Okay, got it.
Your time is almost up. Please wrap it up soon.
Yeah, I'll just share.
So, Mr. Reddy, you saw the video. There was a sound coming, right?
Yeah. There was.
Okay.
But it all says so that's a very good experience. That is the crux of this project. So you should.
Okay. So we'll take your word for it.
Let me know if you can hear me.
Yeah, it's coming now.
Yeah.
Now, if you see, there's a unique ID generated over here. So once I click replay, this whole thing would be replaying right now. And yeah, so it is just load up. It takes a bit of time. Mm. Yeah, now as you can see, I won't be the one typing. It just so it also basically records the pauses that you made. So it will actually take up time in actually showing up what all other things I typed up. Yeah, so that's the same thing again playing. And there's also this small feature of sharing, like where you can share this unique URL with someone else. And also if I just go back here, yeah, there are like there's a database which actually shows what all things you have written, and here you can see it's written public over here. Since I'm short of time, I won't be showing how the private thing works. In privacy, if you have a privacy enabled, it won't be allowed to share it with others. Other accounts couldn't be able to view that. So yeah, that's from my side about the demo. Sorry about the small issues.
Oh, hey, how do you pronounce your name?
Dvaipayan Munshi.
Yep. So yeah, good work. I had two questions. One is the note. It changes according to what you're typing. How
Yeah,
is
it
it?
actually changes according to what I'm typing. I can show what actually happens in the backend. I can show you a small thing. As you can see here, there is a sentiment score over here. All right. So the sentiment score keeps changing every time of what I am typing actually, and it's scaled between 0 and 1. And over here, I have used the interpolation to actually generate a lot of melodies, and that's over here. This is a format in which tone.js actually considers melodies. So these are all the generated melodies from two notes that I had. I can play the two notes if you want. The two
I
notes.
got it. I one question. So basically, is it like something like this? Let's say I am typing a bad word, so then it will detect that the sentiment is sad, and it will try to play a good note, something like that.
It will play a, yeah, if it's a good word, it will try to play a higher, it will try to play a higher note or a beat note. So you can see there we had a happy note and we had a sad note, and our interpolation algorithm actually built all the possible melodies in between these two melodies. And these generated melodies based on the sentiment score. Let's say on 0 we have completely sad, and we map 1 to happy. It will pick up a melody based on that.
Got it. Is this deployed somewhere? Can I
It's
use
not
it right now?
it's not deployed due to we had some issues with the auth part, so that's
Got it.
why. We had a challenge with that, so we couldn't. We were planning to deploy this on Vercel because Next.js is very compatible with Vercel.
Got it. Cool. Yeah.
So Dipan, I should congratulate you, and I would encourage you to keep working on it. You are in fourth year or third year?
Final year.
Final year. Okay. So maybe shortly you will be getting into job, but keep working on it as a side open source thing. It has a lot of potential.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I have used some of the mental apps. I have never seen this thing whereas if you type the piano thing, it changes and it is there.
So,
I think this
so,
feature is not there in any
so there are keyboards out there which will generate melodies, but it won't be this dynamic where when you type, it would change based on the sentiment. I do agree that the sentiment part isn't that robust, but it actually changes notes based on what you're typing on the last 65 characters, or when you're putting a full stop or an exclamation mark or a question mark.
Got it. Got it. Cool.
Thank you. Should I stop sharing?
Do you have any other questions?
No questions. Good job, Munshi.
Thank you.
Okay, now we move on to the next team. That's team Iron Man. Please take over.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Shall I start?
Yeah, you can start now.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. So is my presentation visible?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so hello everyone. I am Rishabh from Team Ironman, and with me my teammate is Tushar Chauhan. So yeah, so basically what we are building an e-voting platform. So e-voting platform here means, as you can see, like in a corporate world where lot of immigration thing is happening inside the country also. We are, our native place is somewhere else and we are living somewhere else. So basically to eradicate that problem, we are making an e-voting system. I am not saying that we are building any web app or an app or which you can operate on your mobile phone. We are making a software for a kiosk thing, as you may have seen in the ATM. Like ATM thing is like, you can see, related to money, it's a secure, it considered as a secure thing. So we are making a software for the kiosk. Okay, so how a person, if you are from Rajasthan and if you are living in Bangalore, how you can vote on a software, on a secure software, for your own provinces. So the features which we took care of is verified and transparent systems, easy to use an interactive maximum touch type based on three-step current approach of election commission. Like when we go to any election, while voting, what we do, we give our fingerprints, we sign, we show our voter ID card, and directly we vote. So basically we try to clone that process virtually. Next is a multilingual, accessible, and illiterate family. And yeah, so basically, what we are doing is, we will be taking the biometrics from that kiosk and we will be submitting to the election commission, because a thing which is related to voting cannot be, whole thing can't be automatic thing. So we keep that thing in consideration. So we will be taking the biometrics and will be submitted to the election commission. After that, on the voting day, one can verify that. So basically, the accessible, inclusive, and multilingual part, which here comes in, how we are eradicate, how we are solving that thing. So yeah, so you can see this, yeah, so you can see this, how a voter roadmap on our platform will be. A person, we will be having a camera which will be counting the number of people in the vote, in that particular kiosk region, and we have made that using OpenCV. And after that, we will be collecting the biometrics like ID, face ID, voice biometrics, and after that verification on the voting day, the voting will be done using the blockchain platform. So basically, here is the thing. You can see this is our UI. So you can see the user experience which we are trying to give is, we are making it, if a person is, you cannot hear, we have incorporated the each and everything what you need to do using this, using this chatbot, or you can say sign language. So you just need to click news user or a registered user. Okay, so next thing, interactive chatbot. For example, yeah, you can listen this video if it's possible. I am just showing my Aadhaar card in the camera, and it will automatically capture the Aadhaar number and directly it will verify. So I need, here you can see, the here you the hook is, I don't need to type anything. I am just showing my Aadhaar card and I am saying click, so it will automatically click everything. And yeah, so yeah, so and side by side, I am, yeah, you can see here, using the Aadhaar card API, we are also verifying this. So after that, we will be taking a short sample of the voice sample of short voice sample for verifying the voice. So on the before yeah, so these are the particular sentence which voter needs to read before, while registering, and after that this voice will be verified on the voting day. And after that, yeah, uh, wait, yeah, so you see, so yeah, I think 1325 was thinking this was the last four-digit Aadhaar card number of the user. So it will catch if some, and like you see, we are also doing the verification and the registration part both. So next thing is, we are also making it like physically challenged people. Like this feature is not that much accurate now, but you can operate the model using eye blinks also. So this is one of the you can say further integration which we can use. You can operate that just by blinking your eyes and operate that thing. So what we are trying to do is, we are trying to minimize the use of the keyboard so that any person can use that. So okay, now how we are making this model secure, this democracy. First of all, our system will be portable and it can be installed everywhere because this will be a kiosk model. Okay, so what issues we took care of? First of all, you see, like these are the kiosk of the Aadhaar also, so we can set up our solution here. And you see the like previously I told you about the counting of the people, so this feature we have made using OpenCV. Like it will only activate when in the voting area the number of people will be particular like one, or we can set as per our requirement. Okay, next thing is facial recognition. We have also done the facial recognition. Okay, so for example, it will be also recognizing while voting, like who is standing there here. Like you can see Aadhaar number. We are making Aadhaar number as the unique ID while doing the verification, and all the data will be collected on the registration part. Next thing will be fingerprint matching. We have also incorporated the fingerprint matching. You see, using normal image processing techniques, we are also doing the fingerprint matching. So these are the particular features we have made, because this is a very big project, and under 24 hours, like whole thing integration of whole things is not that much possible. So each and every feature we are, and 50% of we were able to integrate also, like and this is also one of the special features we are meeting. We are also reading the facial recognition, facial expression of that person, like while giving the vote, whether he is under some kind of pressure or not, or everything is good according to the mood. So basically this will be the feature, like like basically, like if sometimes something is there or something tense situation is there, so we can help him. So okay, so next thing which we are like the blockchain, so the
Hey,
final block
Mayanman,
voting. Yeah, hello.
you have 1 minute left. Please do speed
Okay,
up accordingly.
yeah, I'm just completing. So the final voting will be done by the using the blockchain. We have used IBM blockchain platform for giving the vote, and we have made our client using the Vue.js. So yeah, we have connected this on the local host. So basically you can see, we have, this is the UI of our particular voting. You just need to enter your credentials, and after that you can directly vote using the our blockchain platform. Okay, so yeah, so yes, this is all from our side. Our results will be faster and verifiable, and vote secrecy and auditable and tamper proof. These are the reasons, because for what we are using the blockchain, because as you see, blockchains are the smart contracts which are properly auditable, and so that election commission or the officials can audit that, and that is also important for the security reasons. So thanks a lot. This is our future roadmap. Like yeah.
So you
So,
have made multiple, very complex, set of technologies you have done. So how much you have done in 24 hours? Like which
Yes, sir.
parts?
That's what I was saying. We have created the different features. As I've told you, it will be a kiosk model. So integrations part is still left with us. So basically, we implemented all the feature in the course of this 24 hours. So we are the two people team. So we divided the small things. So basically, integration
Blockchain
thing
and
is still
everything
left.
you did, all the small module you did in 24 hours.
Sir, clearly saying, like this is the UI of this UI we have created in 24 hours, but this blockchain platform, because we also need the verification of a credit card and all this, we already did around 1 or 2
So in
days back.
blockchain,
Like
when you say IBM blockchain, I assume that it was Hyperledger Fabric, right?
yes, sir, Hyperledger Fabric. Yes,
And what
Hyperledger
are
Fabric.
you using as a unique ID? You are saving the Aadhaar card there.
Exactly, sir. We are making the smart contracts for each and everything, and
So from
which will
now
be
the
auditable.
so now the person whoever is auditing it will know exactly who has voted for whom.
Uh, yes, sir. That we can say that, but
Okay.
but the thing is, yeah, we yeah, yes, sir.
You can
We
always
the
create a
person is got
hash,
to know.
but yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
okay.
it we can know that. Yeah, he will be like मतलब सीधी सीधी बात बोलूंगा कि हाँ वो पता कर सकता है. But that is the very thing we need to keep mind in many things. This is like just a prototype which we are making, and we are just proposing a system, because if it not now, this will be the future. You also know that 1 or 2 years prior to now, e-voting system will be there, and we have also seen many election commissions video, because they are also seeing to these kinds of things. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Rishabh, I have 3 4 questions. First is
yes, sir.
like how from my voice, how will you be verifying my that how will you be verifying that it's my voice only? Yeah, that Aadhaar API gives you that thing as well.
No, sir. As I told you, on the registration day, I will be saving your voice.
Okay.
And after that, on voting day, your voice will be verified. Like this way, for example, I have taken your voice sample, and so that I have a surety that the person who has registered on the registration day is the same person who is voting.
Let's say on registration day, I came, someone else came and he tried to record his voice instead of mine. But then you will say no to him because you will have that IDs and biometrics
Hmm.
match as well
Yes,
with
sir. Yes,
voice.
sir. That is the database we need to create.
Acha. So
Yeah.
basically, you are dealing with a lot of sensitive data here, Aadhaar stuff, and also
Yes,
what
sir.
security measures you
Yeah.
have in mind or you have integrated. Any idea?
Not integrated, we have that mind, because this is not the thing that we are saying something and tomorrow we something is going to implement, like government intervention also, and they are having a lot of policies will be there. So yeah, we are proposing a system that, yeah, this can be the future of e-voting. So yes, but yeah, but have we not implemented that? Yeah, like how privately we are securing the database, we are not till now we haven't incorporated that feature.
Got it. And
Yeah.
is this is not live, no? Can I?
We can make it, yeah, we can make it like, because like hosting is like a bit like we haven't have the free credits on AWS, but we can
Got it.
make it live. Yeah,
And
we
last
have.
thing, that blockchain. So what is the use case of using blockchain here? Can't we do this thing that let's say election commission appoints five people, you make the credentials for them and you give them the access. What is the use of blockchain here? Uh, like
Because yeah, can you, sir, repeat your question?
basically what I was saying is that to basically at the end what we could have done simply is like, let's say election commission comes, so we could have and it says these are my five people who will monitor, so we could have just make five credentials for them, each one of them, and we could have let access to the stuff, the voting thing. uh मतलब simple a username and password thing for the commission,
Yeah,
like
Rahul, immutability is something he's trying to
हाँ.
address. I don't know whether he has been able to, but अभी भी जो parties है
Yeah.
ना, they are saying कि भाई voting में घपला हुआ है and all that.
Yeah,
So
exactly, sir. I was coming to that. Yes, sir. तो
yeah,
अगर मैंने किसी का यूजर नेम पासवर्ड बताया तो वो बोल सकते हैं कि हाँ भाई इनको पता था, बट ब्लॉकचेन इज द थिंग, लाइक वो एक ही जना एक मेन सेंट्रल, मतलब डिसेंट्रलाइज डेटाबेस को हम
got
ब्लॉकचेन
it, got
कहते हैं.
it, got
हाँ,
it,
तो वो
ठीक है.
पूरा डिसेंट्रलाइज रहता
Once
है,
it's there,
सर.
it can't be edited and like
इन
it will be
कांट बी
verified by
एडिटेड. और
most of the people.
यस
So
सर, और
got it, ठीक
बाकी
है.
सर जैसे कि हैश की, जैसे अगर हम कंप्यूटर साइंस में बात करते हैं तो हम क्रिप्टो की बात करते हैं, क्रिप्टोग्राफी की. तो ब्लॉकचेन के अंदर और भी ऐसी ऐसी पॉसिबिलिटीज है कि अगर कोई सिक्योरिटी या कोई सर्वर हैक करने की कोशिश कर रहा है तो हमारी हैश की बदल सकती है. क्यूबिट टेक्नोलॉजीज आज के आने वाले टाइम में आने वाली है. तो दैट इज लाइक अ फ्यूचरिस्टिक थिंग, वी सो वी कैन
तो
लुक
एक
इनटू.
सजेशन है, आप जो है ना इसको आधार को ना हैश ना करके जीरो नॉलेज प्रूफ जो है उसके हिसाब से
ओके.
सेव करो, ताकि कोई अगर बोलता है कि ये मेरे को डिस्प्यूट लग रहा है तो यू कैन प्रूव कि दैट पर्सन इज द पर्सन हु वोटेड एंड ही वोटेड
हाँ.
4-5 ओनली, यू नो.
यस सर. हाँ हाँ, यस सर. नाइस, यस, नाइस सजेशन सर.
हाँ,
यस,
बट इट इज अ गुड प्रोजेक्ट दो,
या
ऑल्दो फ्यूचरिस्टिक. ये
या.
इंडिया में होने वाला नहीं है 20 साल तक, बट इट्स अ वेरी गुड थिंग.
No, sir. I have seen many articles like Times of India is also promoting
अभी
this
दे आर
thing.
गोइंग आस्किंग अस टू गो बैक टू द वो वोट वो मैनुअल
हाँ.
थिंग.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
anyway, this is a good idea.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Do we have any other questions?
No, just a small comment. 20 years is not a long time. So
Yes, sir.
We're done with questions. So thank you for the presentation, team Ironman. Judges, I also request you to enter the marks in the after the evaluation is over. We're done with the team Ironman. Let's move on to the next team, that is team Forbidden_403. Take over right now. Team Forbidden_403. Are you guys ready?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Maybe start.
Meghna, before you start, I just wanted to, I was curious, ये forbidden 403, मतलब it's a error message from HTTP. How did you come out with this? Like, I was quite, amazed. How did you come out with this idea? Why?
Actually, they had created this team for the
Any specific story behind it, or just like that?
So we have this group of 4 people. So we generally participate in all the hackathons together. So that was the username that we have been using since the first hackathon that we participated in. So that's there.
So I will say rebel without a cause. So okay, let's start. I liked your project, by the way. I evaluated it. I liked your project. Continue.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. So, sir, I would like to begin. The problem statement that we've been working on is clinical points of care. So these are the points in time where clinicians deliver healthcare products and services to patients at the time of care. For example, the great fold of shift that the pandemic has caused in our lifestyle and the way we are living these days, like the work from home has taken over and everything. So for that, we need a one-stop platform where all our healthcare needs could be fulfilled. Like this pandemic has resulted in a sudden shift in gears where the need for decentralized, rapid, sensitive, and low-cost diagnosis has become extremely essential. So, sir, going on to the next slide, the solution that we've proposed is that our web application will be this step towards providing a one-stop platform for better virtual healthcare in a hassle-free manner, and it will eliminate any stigma that is associated with the conventional treatment. Our aim is to provide relevant information about diseases and treatments, and then also expand physicians' ability to care for patients in a quick and accurate manner. So these are the various features that we've listed that our web application has. So first is the summarized report of symptoms and treatment. So, sir, in this feature, the patient will list a few symptoms that they are experiencing after they've registered themselves as a valid user on our web application. And then, sir, we've designed certain ML models. Based on that, those symptoms that they have listed will get narrowed down to another set of symptoms that they might be experiencing, but they forgot to mention that. And so that will lead to a summarized report of all the symptoms that they are experiencing and the possible treatment that exists for that. So we are not we are not diagnosing them with anything. We're just giving a few precautionary measures and a possible treatment that could be there. So Priyanka, can you go back to the previous slide? So that is there. Then coming to the consult specialist doctor feature. So this is a tab which will allow the patient to consult to the particular general physician or the particular doctor associated with that condition. So that is there. The users can directly book appointments from our web application as well. Okay. Priyanka, can you do the slideshow? Okay. Yeah. Sorry for the disturbance. So then we have this feature called multiple quick diagnosis. In this, so the great change in the lifestyle that the pandemic has imposed upon us has led us to lead a very unhealthy lifestyle, and this leads to various conditions like PCOS, diabetes, and mental health, depression. So we've designed ML models that will help the users of the web application predict these diseases after answering a few simple questions. Then this last feature that is there, which will be a portal to share or fetch information regarding various medical needs. Priyanka, on my screen, the last feature is not visible. Okay. So regarding various medical needs. So this will be a resource inventory kind of thing. So, sir, organizations which are legitimate organizations who have registered themselves on the platform can list the various medical resources that they have.
For example, the ICU beds, the oxygen cylinders, etc. And people who are looking for those things can also look for those things, fetch those particular beds and oxygen cylinders on our platform. So this will reduce the sporadicity of the information. Like during the pandemic, you must have realized that there were a lot of story leads that were put up on WhatsApp and Instagram. So we have streamlined that thing and brought that into our application so that the users can avail this facility in a very fluent manner. Okay, so now sir, we'd like to start our demo. So sir, this is the web application that we've made. So this is the home page, as you can see. When we scroll down in the home page, Priyanka, can you scroll down a bit? Yeah. So these are this lists the various services that our platform is providing. Then, as I explained all the features already, Priyanka, can you go up a bit now? So I'll just show the various registration pages that we've designed. So first is the user registration. You can fill out this user registration page and get yourself registered in the web application. Then for the hospital registration as well, you can fill out the any hospital can fill out the this page, and then so the super admin will also make sure that this hospital is a legitimate one. Only after the super admin has approved the legitimacy of this hospital, then the hospital can register themselves and list the resources that they have. And then the third type of registration. So can you open the registration tab? Yeah. So this is the doctor registration part. Here the doctor can register themselves. So from our portal, the patients will also be able to book particular appointments with the doctors, and then the doctors can see the appointments that the patients have booked. Yeah, so this is the admin panel that I was talking about. So for example, Central Hospital Pune had registered themselves on our website. These credentials will go to the super admin and they can verify from here whether this is a legitimate hospital and it should be listed on our platform or not. On giving permission, this gets listed, and we reject the we get similar thing for Medical Center Lohega. Now coming back to the application, Priyanka, can you go back to the previous screen?
Team 403, you guys have 2 minutes left. Please speed up accordingly.
Yeah. 1 minute. Yeah. So coming to the medical resources, so this is the inventory. We can list the various oxygen cylinders, the quantity, and the location. So this will match the geo coordinates accordingly. And upon clicking submit, so these are the hospitals that have these particular resources, and they'll get listed from the database. Now coming to the symptom report. For example, the user is suffering from stomach pain and from anxiety and acidity. Then upon clicking submit, upon clicking next, this will also narrow down to another set of symptoms, which is vomiting, which the user might be experiencing but forgot to mention. Then upon clicking submit, here is the summarized report of the symptoms and treatment. And as we go down, we see that there is this tab which is called consult specialist. Upon clicking this will show the specialists for this particular condition, GERD, in our nearby location. So all these doctors could be consulted. So for example, I have to book an appointment with this gastroenterologist, Alok Mathur. So I'll try to book a slot here. Upon clicking this, I can book a slot as well. So for example, I've booked this slot. So then that's so when I log in as a doctor, you'll be able to see that this will be displayed in my dashboard under the appointments that I'll show later on. Then coming to the chronic disease prediction, for example, we have to do diabetes prediction. So these will be the few simple questions that you'll need to answer. So I'll just answer all these questions quickly. We've designed this application with max touch and min type so that this could be very user friendly. So we're just filling out all these questions. So 1 minute. I'll come back to I'll come to the impact later. 1 minute. Yeah, so this has been predicted by the models that we have used, and upon clicking no more, you can also get more information on this. Now coming to the impact of our project, Priyanka, could you open the presentation, PPT? Yeah, the slide for impact. So we have listed the impact metrics over here. What happened? Okay. Yeah. So based on the common symptoms that a user is experiencing, a quick diagnosis result can be produced within 5 minutes after answering an average of 10 and 15 questions, a 92% reduction in diagnosis time. Thus, this will facilitate checkups with nearby doctors. Also, according to the report of Center for Disease Control and Prevention by the USA, 90% of the nation's annual healthcare expenditure are for people with chronic and mental health conditions. We aim to reduce the global burden of diagnostic errors and missed opportunities in primary healthcare. Then, as you can see the flowchart that is displayed here, as we see a surge in these missed opportunities in primary healthcare, the models SVM, Gaussian knife bias, and random forest classifier that we've implemented, these will deliver an accuracy of over 97% on the available test dataset within a short span of time. So then an estimated of about 8.6 million deaths in low and middle income countries every year are due to the conditions treatable by the healthcare, of which 5 million result from poor quality of care and 3.6 million from insufficient access to care, according to the Lancet Global Health Commission. So our aim is to reduce all of that global burden that is on the primary healthcare through our app. Priyanka, could you go back to the demo once more?
Team Forbidden 403, your time is up. Please end it.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. This is all from our side.
Hey Priyanka, good work. I had a couple of questions. One is, so what is the difference between me being your app or web app versus me being using Pristine Care or other apps like that in the market?
So sir, you'll find apps for these different things on various platforms, but those will be separate apps. So we've brought all of that together on one single platform, like an inventory for the medical resources, then symptoms and then a report for the summarized symptoms and treatments, and then for this the 5 minutes after answering after you have answered a few simple questions, then a quick diagnosis report, then you can also consult the doctors from the same app. So there are apps which exist, but they are for various different features. Everything on this one same platform is a bit difficult to find.
Hi, quick question. So do you have like an Android iOS native app, or is this just a web app that you're operating with?
It is a web application for now.
Okay. So one of the problems with a lot of these native applications, especially when you have use cases like yours, is the fact that you tend to bloat the app when you try to add a lot of functionality, right? Which is one of the reasons why a lot of these apps that you find in the market tend to separate out things so that you can deliver on a need basis. So how do you, don't you think that would be the trade-off that you're making, which might not be very wise in this case?
Sir, we've added only the features that are required. Like at this point, this is the necessity. Like any feature that if we could have removed, then we could have removed that. But all these features are really, really required at this point of time. We really can't get rid of any feature that is there on our web application.
Okay. Sure.
Yes, everything is is a laid back flow chart. Like everything is related to each other. Like after quick diagnosis, you will have to go to a doctor. Like our website can't give you the full thing. We can give you a few precautionary measures and a few possible treatments, first aid kind of things, but not the complete medicinal prescription and treatment. You need to visit a doctor for that. So we have to add that also. Sir, other features also, inventory needs to be there. The primary focus of our app is to reduce the sporadicity of the information that was there during the COVID times, where there was so much hubba about the oxygen cylinders and everything. So we got to add those features. We can't really get rid of any of that.
Okay. Can you show me a tech stack slide number 12?
Yeah.
Okay. I just have one question. So you're using some sort of a machine learning algorithm. In your case, that's random forests. Don't and what is the? I'm assuming random forest is used after the patient submits all the data, right? All the questions that they answer. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is your, and you will provide the patient your report after 5 to 10 minutes. Is there a time period that you're guaranteeing?
No. It's immediately after the patient has answered the questions. Like after 16 questions, immediately it gets displayed.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Uh,
we've used SVM. We've also used Gaussian. All those models that we've used.
what
Most
is your,
accurate model. Yeah.
what is
Actually,
your
would
training
you like
data for all of these?
what?
I'm assuming you must have used some sort of training data, right?
Yes, sir.
Am I not audible enough?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are perfectly audible.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So what I was saying was, what is your training data that you've used here?
So we've collected various data sets from Kaggle, like real life data sets. Kaggle from various archives and everything.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Can you open the slide number 11? Yeah. So basically, I'm not able to wrap my head around this metric. So an estimated 8.6 million deaths. So basically, these that happen, they must be because of some severe things. So how will you reduce these deaths from your app?
So, sir, like in most cases, some people do not have immediate access to healthcare or doctors or hospitals. In that case, they can just come and, a few symptoms that they're experiencing, they can list those and, get hold on the condition that they might be experiencing. Like not the exact condition, but a little bit know how serious it could be and what it could lead to. Like detect the, condition in its early stages so that it doesn't reach to a point where their lives could be in danger or where something serious could happen. And then, sir, availability, like I told you, like the availability of oxygen cylinders, ICU beds, general wards, instead of going through leads which are not so reliable, like WhatsApp stories and stuff, they could come to our web application and just look for the hospitals which have this. And sir, doctor consultations sometimes cost like 500, 400. So and here, yeah, so here this web application is completely free, so they can come and it's a very quick diagnosis that they can do, and take a few precautionary measures, and maybe that would heal them at first if it's not serious, and help them out.
Okay, but if it's not serious, then it won't cause death, no? So basically, I got the gist. So what you're trying to say is, ki, let's say I have a ailment, let's say stomach ache or something like that. So in that case, I can just go on the app, I can answer some questions, and you will give me the result like in simultaneous. But let's say it's a severe thing, well, the good thing would be to go to the hospital, get the lab.
Yes, sir. So yeah. So, sir, in the demo, as I showed you, that just below the report, we have a tab which says consult a specialist. So if the user feels the need to, go to a doctor, they can just do that from the web application itself. If they feel that these precautionary measures could be, correct for now, yeah, sufficient for now. So that is also there.
So Meghna, I work with the NGO in Rajasthan. They have 80,000 women, and there are health Sahelis. So
Yes,
they have a tablet given by Google, and they have this kind of an app. I think only this feature will be very helpful if you integrate with them or have it, to use it. So just connect back, and I'll connect if you are interested. Connect them the
yeah,
Manjari.
yeah.
Sure.
Yes,
Okay.
sure, sir. Sure, sir. It would be a pleasure to connect back on that.
Sure.
Yeah, and so one last thing I just would like to answer, that we've focused on the security of the application and the privacy of the users as well. So no data will get leaked, even if the people come and register themselves and answer these questions. There's no threat to any kind of data in our web application.
What are the security measures that you've applied here?
Sir, my teammate Rituparna will take over from yours.
Yes, sir. Actually, we have means while we are not exposing the user data to the machine learning, to the doctors. Doctors get only the report of what they have answered. Means if for suppose someone does not want to share his or her information to the doctor, it won't be shared to the doctor or openly. and also that and we had created an admin panel for the registration of hospitals and doctors, so that no one could create some spam and create fake accounts for doctors and hospitals, and only legitimate hospitals and doctors are registered on our website. This admin panel is controlled by the super user, means the owner of the application. The owner verifies those hospitals and doctors, only then approves his account.
Yes, sir. The legitimacy is checked, right? Ishan Rituparna.
So basically, this credentials you guys are creating it and then giving it to the hospital.
Yeah.
And have you applied any rate limiting over it? The authentication. Can I hit your service like 1,000 times? Any idea? So you will be creating the credentials and giving it to the hospitals, no?
No, sir. Actually, while registration, the hospital and doctor themselves use means apply a password, and after approval, they are able to log into their accounts.
And so are you doing this key generate a simple SHA sort of thing over the password and store it in the DB?
Yes, sir. We are hashing the password and storing it.
I can use a brute force attack basically to try and see whether I can get in or not.
No, sir. No, sir. You can't do that. It is very safe. Means you cannot do injection attacks.
Okay. So basically what I am saying is, and what also Salman asked is, like you said, the data can't get out. What mechanisms, like extra mechanisms you're using that other people are not using, like even big basket suffered security breach, a lot of big orgs suffered. So
sir, we are only storing data on not databases, not on any other platform, like neither on front end of any client. It's just that data is processed on the server and it's gone. It's only stored in the database, not even in the memory.
Judges, please ask your final questions. We're running out of time.
Yeah, just one last suggestion. So a hacker can use brute force attack to find out the password. It's something called dictionary attack or something. I can use a dictionary. I can store this is the original password. There's readily data available for that. So you can check it out and probably use rate limiting over the authentication module.
Sir, actually we have hashed the password multiple times, so it is very likely
for that as well. You might have 3-4 rounds of hashing. I know it increases.
So we have used 12 rounds of hashing.
Yeah, you have data for that as well. Just check it out once.
So I think another thing what Rahul very interestingly said is rate limiting, right? I think that is a very important aspect.
Sir, actually, we were planning on rate limiting, but we could not we could not use Redis we had planned to use Redis, but due to some issues, at the last moment we could not integrate with our app.
No issues. It's not about integration. It's just about knowledge. Just trying to get you guys together.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sure.
Have fun. Rate limiting is really important for accessing the ML models to prevent spam.
Correct. Yeah. So I think that was the main suggestion. But I think overall, good presentation. Good work, guys.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I would also, we'd be really glad to contact you further for the project that you just informed us about.
Yeah, I think the team, HackVerse team.
Yeah, Ashish, Banerjee here. So you can ask Ritvik to connect your email and phone number. We can have an initial call and I'll connect you with Manjari Foundation. So you can type manjarifoundation.in.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you for your presentation, team Forbidden 403.
Thank you so much.
Let's move on to the next team, that is team APA. Please take over.
Okay. Hello, good morning. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, thank you. So first, our project is known as the loyalty program. So our loyalty program is actually implemented on the blockchain, specifically Ethereum, and it also runs on using the Matic second layer. So what our plan is to create like a marketplace specifically for loyalty rewards. When a customer buys something from a shop, he's rewarded with a couple of loyalty points. And using those loyalty points, he's able to buy some items and such. So our main plan is to make it of some sorts of an API. All you need is basically the transaction amount. And as long as the organizer has confirmation, here the person who does the transaction easily gets the money in his wallet. So we also have made a website for demonstration purposes. The loyalty points that have been awarded are in the form of an ERC20 token. So the tokens are value and also can be tradable if one person requires. Okay, so you might be asking me, what exactly is the reason why we're using this on the blockchain? I mean, there are tons of loyalty programs that already exist, like airplane miles and stuff like that. The main reason is how people are easily able to find exploits. Like in human, when you're using a loyalty system, we are actually given to millions of people, and out of those millions of people, at least one will almost definitely find a loophole. I mean, there are multiple groundbreaking loopholes that have been found. A junior engineer at Microsoft was found to illegally create Xbox gift cards, which has led to the loss of $10 million. Another example was when someone is able to easily claim $40,000 worth of flights, and using these $40,000, all they had is $200. And the way this would work is, imagine two companies, company A and company B. Company A, when you buy a product, you get 200 points worth of products in company market B. But you can exchange these 200 products for you can exchange these 200 products for 400 points from company B to company A. This creates something known as an infinite money glitch, and this is like a common issue in most loyalty systems. So so in blockchains, most of the transactions are publicly viewable, and there have been a couple of machine learning algorithms implemented that reduce the chance of these fraudulent transactions being happening. We can also implement a bug bounty system in which if a person is able to find a loophole, they would be rewarded with some loyalty points and such. Now I'll start with a brief demonstration on how our project works. So when we start up our project using from the details given in the README, this is the page you pop up. You must have MetaMask installed, sign in, and when you sign in, you can see that we have a balance of around 1,000 Ethereum. So the first thing we do is we click on Add Token. A MetaMask pop will pop up asking you to add this token. So you can see this token has been added in our assets. Currently, we have the presence of 0 loyalty points. So we go to a marketplace, we can see all of these items that are present in the marketplace. Say you want to buy a stool, 700 Ethereum, very cheap for a stool. So we wait for the MetaMask to calculate the gas fees, click on confirm transactions, and you can see that 700 Ethereum worth of 700 Ethereum has been sent to the contract. You can also say
pretty expensive table, no?
Yes. I mean, it's custom made from the best food money can buy.
Yeah, go on.
So that's like 1% of all the Ethereum is converted to loyalty points. Again, this can be easily modified. Then we can go into the redeem page. We can use loyalty points. For example, if we want to buy a beanbag from 0.1 loyalty points, you can buy a beanbag by paying the gas fees. We're easily able to be able to purchase. So we can actually see our assets have been reduced by 0.1.
Yeah, so this loyalty token also we have made like ourselves in this time only. This is the ERC20 token.
And the shopping site, you have used the existing one, or you made it yourself?
Yeah, shopping site also.
Yeah, we made it ourselves.
Made it from our space.
Yeah, like everything we just made ourselves in this time only.
Okay.
Like we made this website only for demonstration purposes. Our main purpose would be to make an API sorts of thing, which existing businesses can kind of integrate into their existing platform of businesses.
Yeah, because because blockchain in the loyalty programs, I think is like one of the most important applications of blockchain, because there are like many glitches in the past. If you see that Microsoft, that was the biggest glitch of $10 million. So I think blockchain will really help in this bit.
That concludes our presentation. Any questions?
Yeah. So you completed the whole thing in 24 hours, right?
Yes.
Right.
And I could see you are using Open Zeppelin, another thing, ERC token.
Yes.
And you didn't use any
Right.
boilerplate coding like commerce.js or something like that.
Uh,
Could have.
I'm not exact. I mean, so the main tech stack we use is basically ethers.js, next.js for the next.js, HTML tailwind. So you can
Yeah.
see all the tech stack we use.
And for
Also the content.
ERC20, we use Open Zeppelin. Yeah.
Yeah. So the only issue about this technologically, I am very good. It's a quite good project technologically. However, practically, a lot of projects came about like Open Bazaar and other things. They mainly failed somehow. But anyways, this is something futuristic again, and
Yeah, sir. Because sir, actually, like our main focus is on the security and like how we can, we can like make it less buggy. So like there are no bugs. So that like the whole purpose of blockchain is like security and privacy. So we are just like mainly focused on that.
so last transaction I made on blockchain was to buy $100 die, and I paid $30 for that, and that was my last transaction. I sold all my ethers after that, so it's like gone like Brasek. But you always use a side chain like Polygon or something.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we actually deployed our contract on the Polygon.
Okay.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, we
So
even
you
deployed it there, sir.
Polygon. Okay, that's great.
We use
Okay.
Polygon. Yeah.
Okay. That's all I have.
Yes.
Hey guys, Salman here. I think you're well executed. I think I had talked to you guys initially
Yes.
when we were discussing the idea. So good work over here. And yeah, I think I was fairly pleased with the MetaMask integration. What all are you using MetaMask just as a wallet or anything else apart from that as well? Is my only
We're using MetaMask only for a wallet and just to add
Yeah.
the loyalty token.
Yeah. For the
And-
testing purpose, yeah, we also run the network. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, and is there an integration with any sort of exchange? How do I buy, let's say, more Ethereum if I want to do that or something of that sort?
You have.
Uh,
Yeah. Awesome. Go ahead.
okay, our website currently does not support buying Ethereum. There'll be tons of legal issues and such. But yes, you got to use another exchange to send it to your wallet, and from the wallet you got to buy it.
Yeah, because we have MetaMask, and MetaMask, we can buy Ether like anyways, like not specific to our website.
MetaMask, how do you buy Ether? MetaMask is just a wallet, right? It's not
Yeah,
an
it's a wallet, but in it you have wire. So yeah, through that we can.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Are you done with the questions? Do you have any more? If not, we can move to the next thing.
Okay, sir. So it's done. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation, Team
Yeah.
APA. Now let's move to the next team, that is Team Thunderbolt. Over to you now.
Hello everyone. So let me share my screen. So our project is water safe. So we are working on a very simple idea. Like for drinking water, it is not easy to predict like it is pure or not. So what we are doing is we are crowdsourcing our data. Like users will tell us, will update our API in real time that what is the TDS value of that place. So for example, I can tell the user what kind of water purifier he should use based on his location only. So we have used tech in our tech stack. We have used React.js, Firebase, and LNAI. As a demo of our website, we have created this website. At first, we were trying to use the location like latitude and longitude, and based on that, there will be a TDS value for that location or location. but we don't had enough time to add that to in our app. So we took a shortcut, like we can select a state. I think my net is not working. Actually, we had crowdsourced our data from here. Let me try to refresh it. So I can show you example, like we have crowdsourced our data by using the values. Yeah, it is working. So for Delhi, like I can select my state, it is Delhi, and let it be New Delhi. So submit. I got a TDS, like my friend Vivek lives here. He got a TDS value for that region, which is 470. And based on this, I can predict them like which kind of water purifier they should use. Like it should be RO or not. And for in another case, like I'm in Himachal. So for Hamirpur, like the TDS value I noted down is 140. And based on it, I can tell them that you should use a UV water purifier only. And in case of crowd sourcing our API, any user can submit a data for TDS for that reason. Like for someone living in Chandigarh, he can for Mohali. He can give a TDS value, like he got the value of 230. He can submit it. We will review that, and after that we will add it to a database so that it doesn't make it corrupt, or API should be like a little reliable. In future, we are also thinking to use bots or something like ML or AI to check that the TDS values are right or not. And also we try to integrate LNI AI in our project also, like hey LNAI. Yeah, we integrated to the 2-3 intents also in this. Okay. Yeah, thank you. That's it. That's our project.
Hey Chirag, I had one question.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, is this value being computed real time? Let's say 1 week down, your project grows and 1,000 people are using it simultaneously. What is the architecture
Okay.
behind it? Like, how are you processing the data?
I'm using real-time database from Firebase. If someone puts a value, the values in the like first state, it gets updated in the real time if it is reviewed, and we will add it.
So let's say 1,000 people, they are reviewing for the same at the same time for the same state. Let's say Delhi and Dwarka, 1,000 people at the same time. Then how will it work?
So like thousands of people are submitting the same TDS values or different TDS values for the same reason.
Same different.
Then
Let's say different values for Delhi and Dwarka.
okay. So we will
You are
just
creating a
add that
new
to our
row in
database.
Firebase every time. How is this?
No, we will update. We are updating that. We are updating that.
So you will be doing like
If
sum of all divide by average, or basically how is this value being computed? 450. Matlab, let's say I reported 400. The second guy reported 300. The fourth guy reported 500.
Then we can take the latest one. Like we are taking latest one. The someone who took the latest, and we will. Right now we are doing it manually. In future we are thinking to use ML or AI on that.
I think ML and AI will not solve your problem, right? If you look at this fundamentally, you are computing, let's say today I have put three values, which is for 300, 400, 500, right? Tomorrow I have put three values, which is 500, 600, and 700. Will you do combination of everything divide by 6? Will you take the latest date value? Will you give lesser weight to previous value, more value to this? So that's point one. Point two is, I think what you've not accounted for is spam, right? If one is I don't think there is an authentication layer that you've put here, right? Anyone can put any data on this. So that's right. So that opens to a lot of security vulnerabilities as well. I can just write a simple Python script, which will simply just bring down your server by flooding a lot of data, right? So both fundamentally and technically, there are gaps that you will notice in the whole idea. Does that make sense?
Okay, sir.
So there are a couple of things which you can do to sort of improve this, right? One is obviously add an authentication layer. Second is instead of relying on a crowdsourced model, you rely more on, let's say, either a hardware-based model, right? So you have some sort of hardware which checks the water in a particular place. That is more tiresome, but that is more accurate, right? And that is less prone to solving the problem that you're looking for. It's obviously more work than this. Here, anyone can just go and enter, but then there is less reliability. So that is basically the trade-off that you make. But yeah, I think you had a good approach and a good intention to solve the problem. Uh, but I think you will have to modify your approach to actually look to solve this problem further. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yep.
Do we have any other questions, Captain? If not, we can go on to the next team. I think we'll move on to the next team now. Thank you for your presentation, Team Thunderbolt. Now let's move on to Team Studio. Over to you now.
Can you hear me? Like a little technical problem. 1 minute. Like, we're just restarting on the phone.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, but if you're typing anything, we are not able to see it. At least I am not able to see it.
No, that's fine. I haven't started yet. So, hello everyone. Thanks for coming here. Thanks to Judge for coming here. So, the past 2 years of pandemic has had a very significant impact on our lives. For most of us, our jobs and educations have switched to remote methods, because of which various companies and education institutions have started conducting tests online, as interviews and like interviewing each person is very time consuming and expensive. The existing solutions in the market mostly assess people based on objective questions, which, as we know, is never truly enough to understand the skill set of a candidate. As for educational institutions, they have resorted to tools like Google Forms, where students have to write answers in a paper and then take the pictures and then upload it in the form. This method is extremely archaic and causes many issues like the images not being clear, or students having errors while uploading the images, because of which they miss a huge chunk of their answers that they've written, etc. Therefore, to solve these issues, we have created an all-in-one online test-taking ecosystem. Our web-based product uses computer vision to track the test taker and makes sure that they do not cheat. It tracks the head movements and eyes of the test taker and reduces their points if they are looking somewhere else or talking to someone else. Apart from this, as I mentioned earlier, objective questions are most of the time ineffective in assessing a person's skills accurately. Therefore, we have added a feature that allows users to type in subjective answers, as in proper long answers, essays. This system uses a state-of-the-art NLP model to actually understand what the user is trying to convey and grades their answers automatically, instead of just comparing similar words like any other traditional systems that are currently there in the market. This solves all the problems faced by the test taker, and since the process is completely automated, this product is scalable and has a very low barrier for widespread adoption. In the future, we plan to add CV and resume screening for companies and startups. And for the education sector, we have come up with an idea of that would make the teacher's job of creating questions very easy. So what it basically includes is as a teacher, all you have to do is upload the PDF of a reference book or a textbook, and we would generate the questions for you, which would then appear randomly for each student. So yeah, so let me give you a demo of the product. This is the login screen. Yeah, this is the dashboard. As you can see, it has a very simple and clean UI so that it's extremely simple to understand and the user can navigate easily. Here I have the exams that I have completed, and here are the exams remaining. And I have the upcoming list of exams here with details like duration and time and date. So I'll just go to this exam. So this is the interface. I can just mute myself, or here's the camera that actually uses computer vision. So I'll just show it to you. So as you can see, this uses computer vision to track my movements. And if I go out of the frame, then it detects that I'm not in the frame and shows that I'm supposed to return to the test, and it reduces my points accordingly. So I've just written a random answer to this, and I'm just going to submit the test now. So since the whole process is automated, I can check my score right after the test is completed. So this is the result screen. As you can see, this is my final score, and this is the test score. Test score basically represents the number of represents how many times I've tried to cheat. So these are the statistics that we take in: number of times mouth open, head up, head down, or the other things. So since I've gone out of the frame multiple times, that's why my test score is low. So apart from this, on the right side, I can also check the answers that are correct and the answers that are wrong. This is just a mock-up at the moment. But for the answer that I did right in the previous question, this is the score that I got. So so my friend Yuvraj will now explain how this process works.
Yeah, so as my friend Pulkit explained, we have been solving a problem called subject to answer evaluation. So till now we have subject to answer evaluation, which just compares the base answer with the user's written answer. So basically, hibernation, animals undergo hibernation is the question. So the correct answer is animals undergo hibernation in summer. So the first problem is if all the animals will undergo the hibernation at the same time, it's not few. So we have decreased few marks over here and here. So basically this is based on a famous neural network called Siamese network, where basically we split into like we have two types of scores which is included in while calculating the subjective answer. So one is semantic scores and one is synthetic scores. Semantic scores is we get it from the sentence encoders that we use to get the from the sentence from the user written and the teacher's written. And the second one, as a synthetic one, is basically we'll find out what all words are matching with both of the users and teacher's answer. And one more, we have filtered few stuff like in history or any subjects, we need dates and nouns, and like in some exams, names are also important. So we don't just use stop word. We don't just remove stop words because they may be useful when while we're calculating our total score. So this is like a short summary of the NLP model which we have built. Yeah. So this is about the project. Like if you have any questions.
So what did you achieve in this 24 hours?
Yeah, so basically, my friend Pulkit actually works on full stack developer. So he designed a dashboard, and I myself like worked on the NLP model and this proctoring system, like as a whole, everything like this system, ecosystem which we have created.
It was a stack. I'm checking it right now also.
Yeah, the tech stack is Django as the backend server, and Python, OpenCV, and TensorFlow and NLP.
So TensorFlow, you used the CPU emulation one, or you used the Google hosted one?
No, it's CPU. Like it currently runs on CPU actually.
Okay, okay,
We have
locally.
enabled CUDA. Yeah, locally. We have enabled CUDA if the user's laptop has NVIDIA's graphic card.
You have
We'll
good
also be utilizing
gaming laptops, is it?
that. Sorry, sorry.
You have good gaming laptops with
Yeah,
high powerful GPUs,
yeah,
right?
yeah. It actually helps.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's all.
Judges, do you have any other questions?
Hey guys, I have a couple of questions. Can you just open the PPT slide that you were just showing?
Yeah, sure, sure.
So I think a couple of, I think this is fine as well, yeah. A
Yeah.
couple of things, I think the direction that you've sort of taken looks really nice in terms of moving towards finding. So this is one of the problems that we were also looking to solve at IRIS, right? Where when you're giving online exams, how do you factor in plagiarism, cheating, and all of these things? And yeah, I think one other thing that you could also look at is how well people's answers match and stuff like that. If you're looking to solve for plagiarism, that's one. Two, at scale, I'm not sure how you're. I mean, computationally, it will become expensive. So right now, it was just like one or two people whose camera you're monitoring and stuff like that. At scale, machine learning has a cost, right? An infrastructure cost as well as like a physical cost to pay for that infrastructure.
Yeah, I understand.
So that is something that is sort of a disadvantage to your product. On the flip side, I think what I would recommend. So, did you guys do some sort of a survey, understanding of common, tools like Moodle and all of these to sort of understand what is it that they offer and what could be your differentiator?
Yeah, so the problem what happens in other proctors, like they just say it's AI proctor and they only detect the face whether it is in the screen or out of the screen. And one more problem is they detect every 4 minutes, which is a gap where people can really cheat. And according to the question which you mentioned about the CPU, so what we have two unique concepts. One is dynamic shift RAM. So whenever we'll be seeing the CPU levels of the laptop, and we shift those like we'll be shifting the API calls to AWS when the RAM is not sufficient. If not, we'll be I mean, it's a process. And one more thing, like we'll be using TensorFlow.js, not through Django. So because TensorFlow.js is lightweight model where it does not consume more amount of RAM. So the most problem is on the proctoring part. So we are trying to like scale it in a better ways. And our future is like to get into startups hiring systems. So not every startup can afford a hire direct, or I mean the problem is like they can't afford coding tests. They can just give a coding question and they expect to solve. But due to rise, like people can cheat, so they can afford. I mean, we'll be giving affordable price, and they can use our service as a SaaS.
So yeah, I think coming to your first point, right? If let's say you're anyways initially as an application, so you'll always be hosting this on AWS. That's point one, and point two is no matter where you shift your compute, right? There is some compute involved, and there is a cost associated
Yeah.
with it. And the
Yeah.
cost associated with solving for images is pretty high as compared to any other model, right? That's one. Two, startup hiring, putting this product as a SaaS. So what I would recommend is, startup hiring majorly deals with a lesser of sort of competitive programming and more of doing tasks and group interviews and all of that, right? But I think you're sort of moving in the right direction. I would say maybe try to find out what is the requirement that people have in terms of plagiarism, because that is your main offering where you're trying to solve for plagiarism, right? Majorly plagiarism in some sort of an examination. So I think you've made good progress here. Yeah, I think you're in the right direction. Just try to find where is this where you can find a product market fit for this, right?
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, also one last question. So the score that you see over here, have you implemented some sort of an NLP? The screen.
Yes.
Okay. What exactly have you done here? I'm so sorry. I think I missed.
Yes. Yeah. So basically, we have the score comprises of two types. One is synthetic score and one is semantic score. The synthetic score is basically we compare just the words of teacher's answer and the student answer, and that is not that much weighted on the total score. The most important one is semantic score. Semantic score is computed actually if it is as for demo I kept one line. If it is like 5 to 6 lines, we'll be comparing each line student answer to the teacher's answer, and we'll be converting this to word vectors. So when we compare to word vectors, we'll be forming eigenvectors. So there we basically form sentence transformers to scale it to 0 to 1, so that we can end up getting an average of those elements in the array and get as 0 to 1 whole output, sorry. So we add those both the sum, and we scale it to like user's input, here the scale is 10. So we upscale our initial score of 0 to 1 to 10. It's the process.
Okay. I think I very honestly didn't get most of it.
I understand. I mean, this is like our research topic back in.
I understand. That's okay. That's okay. I mean, I don't think I have a lot of NLP knowledge as well. But yeah, I think good work, guys. And thank you.
Judges, do you have any other questions? If not, we can move to the next team now. Okay, let's move on. So thank you for your presentation, Team Suryo. Now let's move to the next team. That is Team Mugiwara no Ethereum. Over to you now. Team Mugiwara no Ethereum, are you guys ready? Let's start now. Okay, I think Team Mugiwara no Ethereum is not ready yet. So let's move on.
Excuse me, my friend was supposed to present and he's left the meeting by accident. Can you let him in again? So sorry.
Okay, 1 minute.
Oh yeah, he's here, I think.
Okay, you can start now.
Is my screen visible?
Yep. Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. So I'm Siddharth from the team Mugiwara no Ethereum, and we are building a hack called the Closet. What the Closet is it is an e-commerce platform where the platform provides an NFT along with every product you purchase from our website. And after which we are also building a VR-based collaborative platform to have fun with your friends in. The user basically gets a virtual space called the Closet, which is basically like a house, which you can decorate with the home decor stuff you have bought, and you can style your character with all the clothing stuff you have bought from our website. And our vision is to create a metaverse themed VR-based collaborative platform where user interact with their NFT, like buy a pool table. If you bought a pool table, you can play pool inside your closet, and user can visit their friends and like watch together parties inside their closet and everything. And that's about it. What our product is. We are early movers right now in the metaverse themed products. So we have a first mover advantage, but it is also a weakness in the end because there is a lack of documentation in many things, and there are lack of pre-built helper libraries that basically the community has not built a lot of stuff yet to help us right now. But there is a huge opportunity right now to go into this market, as there are a lot of adopters and there are a lot of people coming in, looking into going with NFTs and making NFT based products. But there is a threat that creating a community is obviously a difficult task, and we are right now in early mover stage. So in early mover stage already the people in this market are low, and getting people would be very difficult. And the technologies we used was Hardhat, React.js, Next.js, and we for the backend we are using Apollo Server with GraphQL, and the database we are using Postgres with Prisma, and our UI library would be Solidity, and we are managing all of our workspace with the Turbo repo and Yarn workspaces. And to showcase, my local blockchain is right now running, and this is our scaffolding project. I have hosted my contract to the local blockchain, and this is the dummy account that is okay. Let's just pay some
Your
amount to get
local
some.
blockchain is Ethereum, right?
Yeah, local blockchain is Ethereum, but we are obviously planning to be on a cheaper end. So we would
Polygon,
most
like.
probably like a Polygon, obviously, if we are going into Ethereum. So preferably Polygon. And so this is the platform. I have hosted the uh, what do you call it? The smart contract onto a blockchain, and this is my demo product. I've added some funds into my account, and let's just register it as seller. Only the owner of the contract can register it as seller, and the owner is this account, which I've transferred the ownership via hard hat script.
So you have
And let's
used
just
ERC 721.
yeah, we have used ERC 721 token, and it is a custom token, not like we have inherited from Open Zeppelin, but we have added a lot of custom functionality like registering a seller, registering products, and buying products on the smart contract. So I registered my seller just now, and I'll just add a product with ID 0 and let the price be 0.00.
Where are your like in your? I'm looking at your ecom NFT. Where is your Solidity codes there? Contract codes.
In the hard hat contracts folder.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
That will be in packages, is it?
Yeah, packages, hard hat. So it is a workspace. So
Okay, okay, got
all
it.
our projects are in
Yeah,
pro.
got it, got it.
So
Okay.
this is the metadata for an NFT, which is open standard. And I'll just add this as metadata to our product, and I'll register the product. This product is now registered. Now people can buy the product with, uh, like I will buy the product with 0 ID, and I'll pay 0.0001 Ethereum, which is less than what we asked for. Then the blockchain would error, message value is too low, and I'll just pay the right amount, and the transaction is done, and the total tokens minted are 1. And I will just register another project like 0.002.
So it's like a open sea kind of a thing, or WazirX, what they
It's an
offer.
open, like no, exactly. But what we are doing is it is a normal e-commerce platform where companies like any royal brand like Gucci or Nike or anything can come and sell their normal products. We would also be supporting normal cash transaction, and you can also buy with cryptocurrency. So what we're doing is actually giving NFTs with product, and the NFT, it is not a marketplace for NFTs, but the NFTs that we give, we would be using for our VR-based platform, and to like so that you can represent yourself with the stuff you have really bought in real life, and you've got NFTs with them.
Okay, okay, nice idea.
Uh, and I'll just add another transaction, and I'll just buy one of this. And this is right now in very early prototyping stage. We started the whole project during the hackathon. We were planning it to start, but we got a kickstart from like, we have a hackathon, let's start it now. And we built a basic like visualization for like a visualizer for our NFTs. These are the 2 NFTs that I actually own in real life. And so these are the 2 NFTs. I just minted them. And if I add another one, I'll add another one of 2, and I'll just refresh the page, and I can see, oh, wait a second. This is like closet, and I'll just refresh the page, and we'll have all the 3 NFTs that are currently minted on our platform. These NFTs would not instantly come into play, but we would initially give like a loader type of a thing, like you can reveal it soon when you have got your product, you can reveal it soon. Like right now, WonderPals is going into is in a revealing phase. So they have like a loader kind of thing. So this NFT is technically the loader NFT, and you have to burn this NFT, and after burning this NFT, we'll transfer the real NFT to you, and the what the real NFT and would be obviously given by the seller. And after you have revealed the NFT, you lose the option to return the product because you have already received the NFT. So you get the product, and you can uh, actually return it if you don't want this product, you want to exchange it for something else. But if you reveal the NFT, you have claimed the product properly, you have used it. We basically take it as you have used it, and we there is no longer option of returning the product. And we also worked on making the backend. We wrote the uh, database schema, the Postgres schema. It would be in backend and prisma.schema file. And we also made a GraphQL type definition for our schema, where we defined all the different queries and mutations that can take place while like on a server. But we didn't write this resolvers that you can run. Basically, get user, you will get dummy data. It is in mock mode right now. You will always get dummy data. But we decided on the data structures, and we like brainstormed quite a bit during this hackathon on what to do and what not to do. And I guess that's about it for the presentation. And like, yeah, you can ask any questions that you have about the platform.
Judges, do you have any questions?
Hey, hi. Hi, Siddharth. Love
Hi.
the look, by the way.
Thanks.
That. Yeah, I think, very honestly, I think you've tackled a really nice problem, a very interesting problem. I don't know whether this is product market fit, and I don't think anyone can know that till you sort of get there. One suggestion is I'm assuming this is the user interface which any particular user will look at. Is that
No, this is actually the this is in prototyping stage. We mainly worked on the backend, and this is like for the prototyping, for visualizing the NFTs, and for just playing with your smart contract. We haven't yet built the proper front end. That would be a completely different app. And technically, there would be two apps, like the closet and the e-commerce platform would be different. But this is the visualization for the logic that we have written till now.
Got it. Sure. I think conceptually you're there. As a presentation, I mean, I'm sure there is work that you need to do on this, but I think that's something that you'll eventually figure out. But apart from that, I think, I think it's a fairly, I know it's a fairly different idea from most of what I've seen. So I really like that. Yeah, I think that's all that I have. I don't really have any suggestions apart from that. Best of luck on this. And yeah, I think if you can shoot me a mail after the hackathon, let's talk more about this. It's something that this is a space where I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs as well on stuff that they are doing. And I think, let's have a conversation and figure things out after that.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Bye.
Anybody else with a question or something?
So, do you have any other questions? If not, we can move on to the next day.
I'll stop. That's it. Okay. Thank you.
So, thank you for the presentation, Team Mugiwara Material. Next, we move on to the team Dark Coders. You can take over now.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so hello one and all. We are in Dark Coders and we are applying for Android Media Track in this hackathon. So our hack is based on online learning.
So whenever we think of learning a new topic, a new technology, new concept or anything, we go on YouTube and search for the just a minute. Let me turn on my camera. Yeah. So we go on YouTube, search for the particular playlist of, let's say I want to learn Flutter. I search, go on YouTube, search Flutter, visit a playlist. If I like it, I continue. But then during while watching the playlist, the second thought that comes into our mind is that wait, I am not getting any kind of recognition by watching the playlist that I have learned this particular topic. So let me shift to Coursera or Udacity or Udemy like platforms where I can get the certificate and show it to interviewers or use it for job applications, right? So, but the clause there is that first is that the certification is paid. You have to pay, and on many platforms the education is not free. On Udemy you have free courses, but again the certificate you can access all the videos and stuff. But for a certificate you have to pay. YouTube, right? YouTube provides with latest content, I would say, because whenever a new technology is introduced, the first platform on which all the courses are available is YouTube. So why not get certified to watch YouTube videos itself? So we bring you with the solution in the form of an application. Let me quickly go through these onboarding pages. So this is our home page. So what user have to do is you can go here and type anything like the course name that you want to learn. Let's say I want to do Flutter tutorial. Next thing I would do is I would go on YouTube, find a tutorial or the playlist that I want to learn from, and paste it in here. So after submitting, this would be reflected in your My Course section. So you can go here. You can see there are 11 videos in this playlist. You can go to this section, open any video, and the video would be. So you can complete the video from here, and then take a quiz. So let's say this is a Flutter tutorial, so you would be given a Flutter quiz. All right. Okay, I scored a 30 out of 40. And yep. So I have logged in through my friend's account, Vijay Prajapati. So Vijay has like the quiz taker has the user have been certified this certificate with the credentials of his name, the course name, and the channel name to honor the content creation or the we can say the copyright of the owner of the content. So you can always download or and or share the certificate with your peers and on some different social media platforms. So
Sorry,
this
just
was
by looking at the videos, you got a certificate, you are saying?
no, you have to take a quiz, right? I showed you there was a quiz, so you should take a quiz.
So who like the quiz is provided by a backend?
Yes. So let me get to that part. So as of now, we have used an improvisation of quiz API. So since you got a Flutter, you opened a Flutter, I opened a Flutter course. The API written a Flutter quiz, which was only 4 questions. But our plan was to implement two approaches, either of the two approaches. The first approach is the ML model. So using some NLP algorithms, what we can do is take a caption from the YouTube video. So there is always a caption on if the content owners didn't provide any caption, there is always this auto-generated captions, right? So take this caption from here, and we will pass it to the ML model, and then ML model would devise some questions out of this caption, and it would be shown to the user as a quiz. Now, the second approach is more advanced, I would say. You can see this in Coursera in different aspects. Coursera uses something called as peer-to-peer paper checking or the quiz checking thing. So what our model is that we will ask, since I completed a Flutter tutorial, right? After completion, I would be asked to add or devise one or two questions from myself. So now, if say my friends are learning the same playlist or the same topic, then my questions would be shown to them, and their questions collectively would be shown to me. So in some randomized, we can devise some random function for that, excluding the questions that I have personally created. So this could work for future, but as of now, we have improvised with the quiz API.
Okay, I was clicking on your submission and it is the GitHub is giving 404. So can you fix that while you are presenting? I need to score.
Okay, sure, definitely.
One of your teammates can do that and you can continue. And I assume that since you are talking so much Flutter, you are coding in Flutter as well.
Yes, yes. So our tech stack is
Yeah.
So Flutter with Firebase as an authentication service, Firebase as a database, to be specific, Cloud Firestore, which is an NoSQL database, and we have used YouTube API. So all this content that we have got from the channels is YouTube API. Also, the videos that are showing here, it is not like we are storing the video somewhere or some on some remote place or something. The video is directly embedded from the YouTube itself. So the content creators of whose video it is would have those +1 view and all those like there you might have seen while playing.
So you are using the Flutter widget for the YouTube, right?
You can say so.
And you did the whole thing in 24 hours?
Yes, sir. We have implemented this collectively. Like we have some past Flutter experience as well. We have developed client projects. So we took a little bit of overview or some, we can say some pieces of code, like some pieces of UI from there. But all in all, we have developed everything.
So you use provider model or like what exactly, which design pattern did you use?
So for state management, we have used provider, yes.
Okay.
So there is only user data that has to be provided. All of this widget under in the widget tree. So for that,
You guys are in 4th year or like 3rd year?
We are all from department are second years. I am third year student.
Okay.
I am from second year and Abhay is from like third year.
Third year.
Very nice.
And
okay,
I'm
just
from
connect with me. There could be some, internship opportunities we can discuss.
Yes, sir.
Very nice user experience you have got.
Thanks a lot, sir. Sir, I just checked that Deffolio, but we can't edit now anything on that.
No, that's okay. Just
should I paste it in the chat box?
No, yeah, you can send it over the chat box.
Yeah, I have sent it on the chat box itself.
Okay.
Also, one thing I missed to tell you is that we have created an admin panel.
Huh? Admin panel also?
Yeah. Just a minute. How to
No, that's fine. I can see the admin panel there. Yeah.
So in this admin panel, actually, what our motto was that anyone could add any playlist. So there is no restriction to make playlist on YouTube only according to the category wise, right? So let's say there is a song playlist. So what if a user enters a song playlist? Then what? So the admin will have the power to authenticate the playlist from here, whether to recognize whether it is a course of teaching anything particular, like it is based on some topic or not, and then he or she can the user can continue with the course. Otherwise, it won't be of any significance giving out a certificate for a song playlist, right? And also, we have for future scope decided we're thinking about like storing the certificate data on the blockchain for verification. And for the authenticity of the certificate, like why would anyone can come on this platform, put any playlist, and let's say I created a data science playlist, and I myself am putting it on the app and making myself data scientist, right? So how to solve that? So as of now, it is not implemented. It is just a thought that what we can do is again, since we have an admin panel, what we will be doing, let's say I am a professor, let's say I teach math, okay, and I have a math classroom lectures recorded with me. So I can always put it out on YouTube, but then our we would be giving an option to put that YouTube playlist as a course. So I, as a math teacher, would come on the login panel. So we can always create on user-based authentication, so role-based authentication. So those users would come, put their course on the admin panel, and then they can approve that, okay, this is my math tutorial, this is my linear algebra tutorial, and show it as a course on this app, and you can then issue a certificate. So the certificate can also be linked with the owner of the content directly. And there is another approach that we were thinking about, but we couldn't do. We tried doing it that we asked some of our few fellows, friends, and proposed this idea in their college. So one of our friend, Om Jadavi, is not here in our team, but we just discussed with him. So his mentors who are faculties in this college approved that they can issue courses on this platform. So institutions can issue their own courses on this platform, and this certificate would then contain the institution's logo or the institution's credentials, like the, let's say, dean or director's signature, giving it more credibility. I hope they were audible for the period.
Yeah, good.
So we are open to questions.
Do you have any questions for Team Dark Order?
So this will be a kind of a small focused, vertically focused, like Moodle or edX kind of a platform, right?
Yeah, so the main motto that we are focusing here is that first of all, YouTube courses are the most updated of all. Then second thing is that on YouTube you get a kind of funny environment, learning environment, right? There are many channels that I personally know, like the Net Ninja, who uses ninja techniques, so-called ninja techniques, and teach how to code. Then there is this Code with Harry, and so basically it's like learning with entertainment, right? So and we are focusing that we should give education for free. So YouTube is the platform where anyone can access, right? If you buy a new phone, YouTube comes with by default, and you cannot
So, Abhay, I think I'll just make an observation and conclude here. I think you have app which can be, made into a startup basically. So you guys should think about it. And you are in fourth year or third year, or like which year you teams are in? Second, third year you are saying, right? Mixed.
Yeah,
Or,
I and Hasnan are from second year. Abhay is from third year.
yeah. So you still have 1 and 2 years to go. So I think you should go for startup, and there are a lot of funding available. You can connect with me. I'll help you navigate this startup India ecosystem. Okay.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Any more questions, sir?
No question.
Thanks a lot.
So thank you for your presentation, Team Dark Order. Now we move on to the next and the last game, that is Team No Way Home. You can take over now.
Hey, good evening, everyone. We are Team No Way Home from NITK. Yeah, so this is the season of internship. This 1 year as a third year, we have seen the whole year as a season of internship from the beginning. And there are a lot of people who get it, a lot of people who don't get it. For the industrial internship, there are a lot of platforms where we can find off-campus or even on-campus internships. But for the research internships, as of now, there are no solid platform for that which provides. So if you are interested in a research internships, then you have to do things on your own. Like you have to search through each college website, have to see the all professors who is doing what work, and if it matches, then you have to list it down and do a lot of like tedious job. This is one of the screenshots from one of my friend who did this, and it was long as 90 rows. So it was a very tedious job to do by a student who has already a lot to do in case of engineering. So this is a major problem, like searching an internship research opportunity. That is actually a problem. And apart from that, there is also lack of awareness. Like many students are not aware what kind of what exact universities are offering when they do open the position and close them. There may be the possibility that you are giving your mid-sem and there may be an opening position came and went by and you missed that. So these are some problems. Like it can be lack of awareness. You don't know how many colleges are offering that, when they are offering that. Even if you know, then there is a whole lot of tedious job that you have to do to secure or even apply to an research internship. So we came up with a solution, which is which is basically a search.io API. It's basically a dedicated search pipeline which uses a lot of dedicated AI boosted crawling algorithm. Like if you want to search internships related to AI and ML fields, it can fetch you the best results. Means if there is an opening, then it can be fetched to your dashboard. So we basically built a web app where you can just enter what is your field of interest, and our website will fetch you what are the possible and possible research internship opening that matches with your interest. And apart from that, what if you don't want to visit our site again and again and keep checking? Instead of that, there is an option to turn on mail notification, and we will try to do all the things on backend, and whenever we get a match, we will notify you through mail so that you don't miss any kind of opportunity. So yeah, that's our basic idea. And the tech stacks that we used is React Node.js, Search.io API, which is free of cost, and MongoDB and Tailwind CSS. And from here, my teammate will take and show the demonstration. Yeah, Chandan, you can take on.
Thank you, Nitesh. I'll share the screen.
Yeah, sure.
Nitesh, can you give your screen share?
Yeah, sure. So just a minute. Prepare it. Just a minute.
Are you on mute?
I'm sorry. Yeah, so this is a landing page. So here you can see, search for your internship, and so as you can see, what are the various opportunities that that are available in particular colleges, and what are the services that we provide. For example, getting notification and hassle-free tracking. So, for example, one will have to sign in for sign in to access our API, and for example, you type something, and uh, apart from that, you can start searching through various universities. In this short period of time, we try to include as many colleges as we can. So these are the colleges that are available currently. So what we have to do is we need to create a dedicated pipeline for ourselves, seeing through the websites, like how is the website designed. So according to that, we try to fetch the tags and spans. So we have to make filters. So we created all those pipeline in the backend for each of the colleges here in the search IO API, and then that whole model is fed here, and you can search for example, robotics opportunities. So you can see there's a STEM robotics, and by default it's showing the results for University of Lyons. And as you can see here, this is the results, and this also so basically what it does is it ranks up all the web pages, and tries to find the relevant keywords that are there in the search. And and there's also, so these are the search results, and there's also a feature for getting your notified. So we are currently working on that on that thing. So basically, I think something. Okay, I think there's some problem with the backend. Uh, Yeah, so we basically try to get the details of the colleges that a student is interested into, and what all are the professors that is what are the fields that is interested into, or what are the colleges that is I mean, what are the professors that is interested into. And the search.io will search through so will take all those keywords and search through the particular website. And if we get something like words like openings or internship openings, something like that, it will trigger a notification mail into your account, so, once you have signed in. So in this way, the student will get notified once there is an internship opening in that particular college that is interested in. Uh, so yeah, that's all we have from our side. So,
Hi. So I have a couple of suggestions, guys. So this is a problem that, again, I think we were looking to solve at Iris as well. And I think, so there are two stakeholders here, if you look at it, right? One is, or three, if you think about it slightly more broadly. One is your professors, one is your students, and one is your college administration, right? Now, when we talk about research internships, there are two types of research internships. One is where you have professors offering internships, and one is where a university funds a particular program and you have internships for that, right? So now what typically happens with research internships is for the first one, right, where you have to reach out to a professor, that is typically you writing a cold email and and there is some probability of the professor replying to it. And I don't know if that is something that you are looking to solve. But when we come to the second part of it, where a university funds a program, right? So if you take an example, for example, there's something called as MyTax, which happens every year, where students can apply to, or there's DARD, which happens in Germany, MyTax in Canada. Now, the problem with these is one, awareness, and two, One is people just don't know about the process. So that way you've built a very good discovery platform where, I'm assuming you'll have somewhere my tax being listed and people can go and check out the link for my tax. I think what you need to incorporate within that is is the second part, which is basically the process, right? So the process of applying for research internships is something which a lot of people are very unfamiliar with. Okay, so if you're developing a platform which talks about research internships, you need to have a pipeline where there are former students talking about it, you have some content around it, and just giving links to certain university pages will not really help solve the problem that you're looking for. So it's much more operational than technological, very honestly, especially looking at this particular problem and having gone through this myself. Okay. So I think that's one thing that you could particularly look at if you want to really develop this product and go ahead with it. You need to look at it more operationally than technologically. At the end, it'll be a very simple. I mean, there's not a lot of complexity, technological complexity, but it's a very interesting problem to solve. And yeah, I think from there, if you can figure things out and just try to look at the bigger picture instead of solving for the smaller ones, I think that will give you a much greater perspective in the kind of problem that you're looking to solve. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. Thanks, Salman. We'll try to integrate all the suggestions that you have given us. We'll try to what we have thought of is like creating a kind of social media like where the people who have already done internships, they can people can contact to them and know how they can get the internships or and get to know about what kind of internship is this. Also, is
Sure.
it what you're asking? Like,
Yes,
something
yep,
like
yep. I think that that'll answer a lot of your questions. And yeah, I think good work again. Congratulations on doing the submission. Thank you.
And apart from that, we are thinking as of now we can keep it like a kind of Gyan platform as implemented in Iris as of now, and we will try to incorporate the thing that you told us. Thank you very much for this.
Yeah, again, I think with the GAN module as well, which is there in Iris, right? It's more operationally intensive than technological. I mean, GAN module is just like one table which we have, which is linked with like student IDs. But the bigger problem there is getting people to fill that GAN in a way that they're able to pass on that information to people younger to them, right? Or the next generation, so as to say. So I think that is where you have to look at it if you're looking to solve this problem.
Yeah, sure.
Rajesh, do you have any other questions for Team No Way Home? I think we're done. So thank you for your presentation, Team No Way Home. And I would also like to thank all the judges for joining us today. This marks the end of the live judging, and our team will soon get back with the results. Thank you all.
Thank you, folks. Have a nice day. It was fun talking to you guys.